What's going on, everybody? I am Jake, aka Bomber, and we're talking JRPL, Jobber Radio Prediction League. Let's get into JRPL's Halloween Havoc 2022 results. So first thing is first, we're going to go down to the bottom, and we're going to start from there. So highest possible points for the show, 41 possible points. Achievements, not many achievements were captured here at Halloween Havoc. Only Wookie, who, believe it or not, it was included in the write-up. Wookie is a JRPL original, been their very first show. He just now, in our 104th show, hit his first hardcore match win. So first of all, congrats to Wookie on that, getting that achievement. Finally got under his belt. I believe this was his 6th hardcore match, so it took him a little bit, but you know what? Congrats, Wookie. Good job there. So here we go. Bottom of the card on the pre-show. We had three pre-show matches here. We had Cammy Cat defeating DJ Killa Kyle. And in the little write-up, talked a little bit about Killa Kyle, unfortunately, starting out 0-3. So, you know what? I messed this up last time. Let me zoom in. Have a little bit of blurry pictures, but you know what? It'll be worth it so you can actually see it better in this video here. So, yes. 0-3 start to DJ Killa Kyle's career. Doesn't mean he's out just yet, because there are so many JRPL superstars who started out a little on the rough side. And hey, that means you can just come back, get that Comeback Kid Award later on next year. So there you go. So congrats to Cammy Cat there, getting the win. I believe she is 1-1 since the JRPL has returned. Next up, we got CM Carlito taking on the rookie Jack Frost, one half of the tag team with Reverend Dizon, I believe is how you say it. Jack Frost, undefeated still, 3-0, 2 tag team wins under his belt, now a singles win under his belt. CM Carlito couldn't quite get the job done here. And moving on to the main event of the pre-show, Rate Wrestle. He had an absolute fantastic record. He did take the loss at Extreme Rules, but he has rebounded just fine right here against Reverend Dijon, who unfortunately gets his first singles loss, but still 2-1, so not too shabby there. But Rate Wrestle back in the momentum seat, getting it going here with a win on the pre-show. So on the main show here, we got Wookie versus James Sheriff Dog Davenport. Really close hardcore match here, 19-17, only 2 points difference. Now, this is Sheriff Dog's 2nd consecutive hardcore match, and unfortunately, he lost to Broken Nerd back at Extreme Rules. In the write-up, pretty good, fun little write-up here. The story really showed that Sheriff Dog kind of was looking to get those top rope maneuvers. He buried Wookie in a bunch of chairs, and then he was going to do the moonsault onto him, but Wookie sat up and then gave him German suplex down into the chairs. And then another mistake. He went off for another double axe handle off the top rope. Wookie brought him down with his finisher, Code Breaker, right there to the face. Gets the win for Wookie. Like I said, his first ever hardcore match win. So either way, one of them was going to get it here on this show. So congrats to Wookie. So Sheriff Dog now starting his career 1-2. We're going to see where he goes from here. I don't know if he's going to keep going down this hardcore route, or if he's going to try to maybe, dial it back a little bit and get back into the some singles matches. So either way, good match, really close match out of these two. Moving on, we have JJ Rocky versus Jut 9. Bunch of J's in here. I don't know if these guys ever fought before, but this could have been, back in the day before the hiatus, this could have been a main event match. These guys here. JJ Rocky not riding that high wave of momentum that we kind of talked about with some of the other superstars right now in the JRPL. He's 0-2 coming into this match since the reboot, and he got the win here. So 27-15, big monster win over the guy. They got the main event win on our first show. So big stuff there. Former world champion Jut 9. So big feather in the cap for JJ Rocky. Big win for him. Cam Popplestone took on the gifted one, Ricky Jones, who is a rookie that is undefeated at this point. 2-0 coming into this match. Cam Popplestone 1-1 since the reboot. Looking really good. Got a big win over Legit Boss 2K at the last show. And comes in, gets another big win. Gifted one, Ricky Jones, faltered just a little bit. We saw a couple little kinks in the armor, I think that's the word. Is it kinks? I don't think it's kinks. That's probably not the right word. That's a sexual thing. So that's the wrong term. But either way, you know what I'm talking about. Ricky Jones shows a little bit of weakness for the first time in the JRPL and takes the first loss of his career to Cam Popplestone. Cam Popplestone, I put it in the write-up. If you go down and just click on a little write-up down here, talks a little bit about how he proves to 40-40 now on his career, 2-1 since the return. And now this could be the start of another highlight run for the JRPL original. So there's the big sentence right there. We're going to have to watch and see. So keep your eyes out for Cam Popplestone in the future. See if he can get back to some big winning ways and make a run. Next up, we got Orstella versus Modstep in the write-up. Modstep is kind of, I don't know, jumping on this bandwagon of mocking the JRPL, kind of dogging the JRPL. He came out to the ring wearing a JRPL is mid shirt. Or I should say she did. With the change of character and change of, personal choices in Modstep's career and life. But close match here. Orstella gets the win, shows that he had just a little bit more, because in the write-up, yes, I put down that Modstep was, of course, dogging JRPL, but when it comes to the in-ring work, Modstep is still coming in as hard as can be. Again, that's probably not the right way to word that. I need to get my head out of the gutter here. But either way, big win out of Orstella here. I believe Orstella is now 2-1 since the reboot here. And hopefully on to some big things in the future. We're going to have to stay tuned for that. Here we go. So another change in the card here. This was originally going to be a hardcore match with Broken Nerd going up against, hold on, I kind of forgot who it was. Who was it that Broken Nerd was supposed to face? Oh, Peanut is my bitch 69. So Peanut is my big bitch 69. In kayfabe missed the flight. So the cocky JRPL rookie who has been writing in the trash talking section, kind of talking trash about the company. Again, I don't know what this, I guess everybody's just having fun. Just, I don't know, just dogging on JRPL, I guess. So, and also calling out Bomber a little bit, but Bomber is no longer in control of the JRPL. So, I don't know. Better Than You. Again, I don't know who this is. This is a newcomer, apparently. So I guess somehow the newcomers got it out for me, but that is how it is. Anyway, all the cockiness in the world did not help Better Than You. Came in 30-15, got his score doubled. So if you look in the recap here, I kind of tried to protect Better Than You because Better Than You is 2-0 coming into this match, showing a lot of potential. What I had happen, what I wrote to happen here was Broken Nerd. He wanted a hardcore match and he said, you know what, I'm going to take it easy on you. We're not going to do hardcore rules. But then Better Than You attacked him over at the announcer table, wrapped the play-by-play commentator's headset cable around Broken Nerd's neck, and ended up getting disqualified. So Broken Nerd did get the win in the kayfabe, but it was via disqualification. So kind of protecting Better Than You a little bit, and we're going to see where we go from here and what exactly Better Than You is looking to do in the JRPL. So I don't know. I have a feeling somehow it involves me, but that's just what I've seen from the trash talking section. So speaking of Bomber here, we got UVC's the ultra violent couple, Bomber and Kyoko, taking on the brand new tag team, the Apex Predators, CJ Hawk and Spring Tigress, tag team specialist, by the way, Spring Tigress. Tie match, ended up getting match of the night for this contest here. We had a fun little entrance for Spring Tigress and CJ Hawk. Spring Tigress came out basically dressed as Freddy Krueger. Instead of the little knife claw, she had the tiger claw on, and CJ Hawk came out as Jason Voorhees. It was a weird, the whole Freddy versus Jason, but tonight they were teaming up together, taking on the UVC. The match went to a time limit draw. So, and wrote up that it was, super exciting because it was match of the night. So we got a 59-59 score. Neither team got the win here, both looking to try to, make an impact in the, at the moment, shallow tag team division. But hey, we're only 3 shows in and we got a decent amount of tag teams already. Hopefully we can get some more booted up in the JRPL soon enough. So Moving on, we got the number one contender for the Road Warrior title, 3J Platinum, taking on Chappers here in just a singles contest, 22-20. This is nothing more than just a straight up, let's see who can get the win match. No real story behind this. We're just going to see what kind of momentum 3J Platinum can get coming into his Road Warrior title match coming up at the next show. And unfortunately, Chappers was the one taking him down. So Chappers gets the win here, proves that he's, he wants to make it on his own now. He's lost the mask. He wants to make it as a solo superstar. Most of his success has come from the tag team division with his former partner, Mod Step. So we're going to see how Chappers can do as a solo act in the JRPL. Next up, we got the other person in that Road Warrior title match, the Alpha Dog, taking on Luke Gray. And this match went to a no contest, 21-21. And yes, the tease from the last show was, hey, there is a Hall of Famer, a future JRPL Hall of Famer that is going to come back and make their return in the JRPL. We did not know it was going to be the very next show, but it was, and it was Fart Bucket, ladies and gentlemen. Fart Bucket has returned. He's calling himself Farty B. He thinks he's a little more hip, a little more I don't know. This is literally the way he wanted to, the direction he wanted to take his character. He wanted to dress up like a thug, like a gangster, and and then wanted to call himself Farty B. So Fart Bucket is back. He shoved a corn dog into the mouth of Luke, his former tag team partner, way back in the day, if you remember that, several years ago, and laid him out. But first, he laid out the referee, so the referee was forced to throw the match out. It ended up being a no contest. That was the official ruling there. But Fart Bucket instantly targeted his old partner and looks to be back in the JRPL. So we're going to see where this goes. Farty B and Luke Gray, I have a feeling they got a date with Destiny yet again in the JRPL. So we'll see how that goes. All right, 2 matches left. The first one is the spin the wheel, make the deal match. And it ended up, if you looked on Twitter, I released a video on Twitter of me literally spinning the little wheel on Wheel Decide, which has been a beautiful tool for the JRPL over the years. And the match it landed on was a hardcore trick or treat street fight between Ash and Tagaby. And as you can see in the score, Ash got the win 30-26 in the write-up. Again, I did this completely right on the fly, so I didn't have anything planned because it could have been literally, 10, 12 different outcomes. And when it was a trick-or-treat street fight, when it came to the write-up, I said, okay, how can we make this fun? Well, first of all, Tagaby had I think it was an outstanding promo in the Trash Talk section over on the Discord channel. You need to check it out. It is absolutely outlandish. The perks are the Percocets, kind of lighten into them a little bit, amping them up quite a bit. So I wanted to have him come bursting out on like a dirt bike, and he busted through the wheel that Nate Myers spun to pick the match. Got off to a crazy start. Ash came out, tried to capitalize, but the whole part for the trick or treat street fight, I thought, why don't we have trick or treaters come out to the ring? So we had a bunch of trick or treaters come out to the ring, surround the ring, literally just kids with like all dressed up, and they had their bags of candy and all this kind of stuff. And at one point, one of them that was dressed as former JRPL world champion Beer Me Jesus, he stepped up to the ring and was asking Ash for some candy. Ash kind of just shrugged him off, said, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what's going on. And the kid pointed to Ash, and all of the other children jumped into the ring surrounding Ash and just started beating him down with their bags of candy. And Tagaby kind of came to, rubbed his eyes a little bit, and he was like, wait a minute. Is this real life? Is this the perks going on? What's happening? And he grabbed one of the bags and turned it upside down. The bags did not have candy in them, ladies and gentlemen. They had bars of soap. The guy was getting a absolute beat down from these children, Ash, that is. So anyway, eventually Ash fought off, kicked the one Beer Me Jesus looking kid completely out of the ring, smashing against the barricade. Next thing you know, all the kids go out of the ring. Tagaby hits his finisher on Ash over the top rope, onto all the kids, wiping them out. All the kids are hurt. Then we got paramedics coming out, staff coming out. Absolute mayhem. This match was crazy. They went back up to like the graveyard site that was up at the ringside area. There was a tree that was knocked onto somebody. There was a spear down into the grave. And then I believe a tombstone pile driver onto an actual tombstone is what finished the match. Ash got the win in the trick or treat street fight. Absolute crazy. Had a lot of fun with this. I hope you guys get a chance to go read the rest of the write-up. There's a little bit more in there and stuff, but had a lot of fun with the write-up in this one. So I hope these guys appreciated the craziness that went on in the co-main event here. So congrats to Ash. Another big win. Now 3-0 in the JRPL. Tagaby, I believe now is 2-1. They were both undefeated from the reboot coming into this match. Now, speaking of main events, James Costner took on Legit Boss 2K 29-20. You see who got the win? That damn James Costner. So this match, Legit Boss came down to the ring with the Warden in her corner. He came out on a crutch. He was still a little banged up from the Extreme Rules where there's absolutely outstanding scaffold spot that took Warden out. He was unable to compete. Still at this show, the medical team wouldn't clear him. Then James Costner comes out. Fantastic idea, by the way. Completely hit me up during the show and said, "Hey, this is what I want. This is what I want to do for the, for the write-up." Fantastic idea here. James Costner dressed up for his Halloween outfit as the Warden when he was put in the coma back at WrestleMania 2019, I believe it was, where he fell off the side of the truck into the car and everything, and he came out, he was bedridden. So James Costner was wheeled down to the ring in the bed, and he was wearing the same outfit, almost identical to the one the Warden was wearing for that match and everything, and it was really cool idea, really fun, played into the mind games of James Costner, kind of getting towards the Warden and his longtime friend, Legit Boss 2K. Legit Boss 2K said, "Hey, right off the bat, hey, you're messing with Warden. You need to be looking. You need to be paying attention to me." And got a good amount of beatdown on James Costner here. But in the end, it was, let me pop up a little bit of the write-up here. And this is a pretty lengthy write-up. There was a lot that went down into this match. It ended up with, they got on the outside of the ring. Warden was going to use his crutch to hit James Costner. The referee slid out of the ring, grabbed the crutch from him, pulled it away from him. And when he did, Costner grabbed the crutch, spun around, caught Legit Boss 2K as she was going for the Meteora, laid her out, threw her into the ring. Eventually, after a little bit of, battling, I guess, jockeying for position, James Costner locked in his submission finisher, the Dragon Sleeper. And a bloody Legit Boss did not want to tap out and eventually ended up just straight up passing out. So that is how the match ended. James Costner got the win via submission by choke out, I guess, or pass out, whatever you want to call it. Either way, that's how it ended. Next thing you know, he got out of the ring. He was taunting. He was giving it up. And Warden got on the mic and said, "You know what? Enough of your games. You're trying this BS with dressing up as me. You're attacking my friends, blah, blah, blah. You're cheating every single chance you get in the JRPL since you've come back." Next month at JRPL Survivor Series 2022, in the main event, WarGames, Team Warden versus Team Costner. Warden already has his longtime friend Legit Boss 2K in his corner. We're going to see how the teams shape out, who James Costner brings along to join his team, and who the Warden brings to help him and Legit Boss take on Team Costner. So that's going to be the main event. We already have the main event for WarGames, for Survivor Series, that is. And that is how the show went off the air. We get set up nicely for the biggest event that's going to be of the year for the JRPL. Obviously not a whole lot more shows left to go. for the year, but let's talk about a little bit about them before we get out of here, because the next show, which is literally this Friday, we're not even going a whole week before we have our next show here, our first ever JRPL New Japan Pro Wrestling's Rumble on 44th Street. I don't know what to expect here. I don't watch a whole lot of New Japan. I'm hoping this will get me into it a little bit more. So I am excited about this. The JRPL members always have been asking to do New Japan for a long time. We're bringing it in. We're going to see what kind of shenanigans we can get into on a whole nother company's, pay-per-views. And I don't really know how many pay-per-views New Japan has throughout the year. So we're going to see. I know the big one's in January, so that's a couple months away, but anyway, the first one is here on Friday. In the main event, we have the Road Warrior Championship, 3J Platinum versus the Alpha Dog. Both competitors here got a loss at, I went to scroll up, they both lost at Halloween Havoc. So they're coming in with zero momentum here. No wins under their belt in the last match, that is, anyway. So we're going to see who walks out. The two-time Road Warrior champion, because they've both had the belt once in their careers. So somebody's walking out a two-time champion. And yes, as of this moment, the belt designer is still working on the titles. He's a busy man. Like I said, he actually is creating real-life championships. So we're in line, and it's going to take a little bit of time. I was hoping we would get them done before this show, but it doesn't look like we're going to have our new JRPL title designs yet. So we're going to get them eventually, but right now, at least for the time being, it is still our old design. So maybe we can come up with a little storyline, be like, hey, let's get this new belt design in here. We'll figure it out. But either way, it is the old belt design. That is the main event. Let's look at the rest of this card really quick. We got Luke Gray versus Rate Wrestle. I know Luke Gray is a really big New Japan Pro Wrestling fan, and I don't know that much about Rate Wrestle. I've seen he is active a lot on the Discord, and he's got a YouTube channel and all this kind of stuff. So I'm hoping that he is also into New Japan quite a bit. So we have a really good match here between two people that are in New Japan, because a lot of us, I believe, at least on my side, I don't know a whole lot about New Japan. I'm just interested in doing it, and I think it'll be a lot of fun. So either way, we'll see what comes out of this match. So that's why it's so high up in the card, because hope these guys know what they're doing. Then we got James Costner versus Cammy Cat, two competitors coming fresh off of a win at the last show. Obviously, this is a house show, so you're not required to show up. It's not going to hurt any of your pushes if you don't. So they don't have to worry about, I just came off of a win, I don't want to get a loss. So you don't have to worry about that. It really picks up at the next show. Crown Jewel. Got a little bit more on that in a second. But so James Costner still high up on the card. He said, I see he changed his Discord thing to say the JRPL's only draw. So we'll see about that one. But we'll see who wins in that matchup right there. Then we got Sheriff Dog Davenport going up against Farty B himself, Fart Bucket, making his return match here against the rookie Sheriff Dog. So Sheriff Dog, by the way, you are new around these parts. Fart Bucket, just take a look at his record. Take a look at his profile page. It's in the inactive section, which will be moved very soon to the active section. You don't want to lose this match. I have lost against Fart Bucket before. It's not a good feeling. So make sure you study up and you know what you're doing coming into this match. You don't want to lose. Then we got Kyoko, who is in back-to-back match of the nights, going up against the gifted one, Ricky Jones. This is a friend of mine. His Big Willie Isms is what his YouTube channel, his streaming, and all his social media stuff. I believe he's in New Japan. So I'm hoping we have a good match here, because I know Kyoko is going to do her research. She always does her research going into her matches. So hopefully we get a good matchup here, singles match out of these two. Then we got two matches here that are kind of linked together. Again, I'm hoping everybody competes again, because I don't know who wants to do New Japan and who don't. But we got Spring Tigers taking on Jack Frost, one of the Apex Predators, going up against the Chaos Inc. And then in the next match, very same thing. CJ Hawk going against Reverend Dijon. So More about this match in the next show as well, but basically 2 tag teams facing off each other's partners one-on-one. Tagaby versus Bomber. Not a whole lot going into this match. I just big fan of Tagaby's on the we follow each other on Twitter. Funny dude, by the way. You need to follow him on Twitter. Go to his profile page, click his name on Twitter, hit a follow on that. The dude's fun. Dude's good guy. So hope I just absolutely beat him down. Moving on next, we got our first triple threat since the return, hopefully. We got Better Than You, who is on the main card, so we'll see if he complains this time, going against Orstella. I have no clue if Orstella knows anything about New Japan. And CM Carlito, who I have a feeling isn't the biggest New Japan fan. So I really have no clue what to expect here. Hopefully we get a good triple threat match out of these guys, and we'll see what goes down. This is the whole feeling out process. We're still new to a lot of people, still got to feel a lot of people out as far as what their interests are, what they're good at, what they're not great at, and you know, we'll build on everything we find out. So then we got DJ Killer Kyle taking on Broken Nerd to round out the main show here. Broken Nerd, very strong right now in the JRPL. No clue if he's big into New Japan or not, or into New Japan at all. And going against Killer Kyle, who needs that first win. If he gets a win here, yes, it's on a house show, but that's got to be a big boost on his ego, getting a win over Broken Nerd. And then a couple matches here on the pre-show. We got JJ Rocky versus Modstep versus Cam Popplestone. I know in real life, JJ Rocky and Modstep know each other. We got Chappers going up against Wookie, and we got the Warden going up against Mark Noble. So there we go. And a couple other names. No clue if they are interested in appearing or not, but if they are, hey, we'll get them on the show. That goes for everybody out there. If you came across this video, guess what? You're going to be added to the show as long as you make your picks. So the last thing I want to talk about is a little bit added to Crown Jewel. We have a tag team match here, the Apex Predators versus Chaos Inc. Apex Predators still looking to get their first win in the tag team division, while Chaos Inc. are undefeated in the tag team division. So really big match here. This is going to be high up on the card. Who knows what the Road Warrior title match will be, whether it'll be CJ Platinum or Alpha Dog, and we don't know who they will face. But I will say this, whoever they are going to face is going to be somebody who gets a win at Rumble on 44th Street. We don't know quite who yet, but somebody who gets a win at Rumble on 44th Street will get this match against the winner of 3J Platinum and the Alpha Dog. And the last match here in Saudi Arabia, booked at the moment, is Farty B Fart Bucket taking on Luke Gray. Obviously, after what happened at Halloween Havoc, it only makes sense. So there we go, and I believe that's it. We added in the graphic for Full Gear, and we have WarGames coming up, and it hasn't been added yet, but Ring of Honor is having Final Battle on December 10th. So we'll be looking forward to that as well. So that is it, ladies and gentlemen. That is the video. Let's pop it down a little bit. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you guys like the write-up. Hopefully we get some more interaction. I'm getting a lot of feed. Okay, let me restart that sentence. I'm not getting a lot of feedback on the shows as of late, so hopefully you guys will jump in. Let me know what you're thinking. What are you liking? What are you not liking? I know Sheriff Dog is very much in my DMs, let me know stuff. So thank you so much to Sheriff Dog, giving input on the shows. But looking for some more input. So guys, let me know. Hey, be like, hey, I wish this happened in the write-up, or, blah, blah, blah. Just give me some feedback on how you think the shows are going, and give me feedback on what you guys want to do as far as stories go. We're all doing this together. This is for everybody. So that is it. Just wanted to let you guys know, please jump in and give me feedback. Let's talk about this. Let's build some fun stories, and let's have a good time. So that's it. I'm ending the video. We'll see you guys at Rumble on 44th Street. Good luck.